Did you know that the first 4th of July celebration was in 1777? Yes, the very first! Just a year after the Declaration of Independence was signed, the United States found itself in the throes of its first ever Independence Day celebration. This wasn't just a party, folks. This was a deeply symbolic event, a testament to the resilience and unity of a young nation. Imagine the scene. It was 1777, the Revolutionary War was in full swing, and yet, amidst all the tumult, the people found a reason to celebrate. They marked the day with bonfires, bells, and even fireworks, setting a precedent that continues to this day. This celebration was more than just a commemoration of the Declaration of Independence. It was a bold statement of unity and resolve, a loud declaration to the world that this young nation was here to stay. So, the next time you're enjoying the fireworks, remember how this tradition started way back in 1777. Ever wondered about the unique traits of the animal kingdom? Get ready to be amazed. Let's begin our journey with snakes and lizards. These scaly creatures have a fascinating way of growing. They molt out of their old skin. What's even more intriguing is that scientists believe dinosaurs may have also shared this trait. Can you imagine a T-Rex shedding its skin? Now let's gallop over to the grasslands of Africa where zebras roam. Would you believe that these striped equines have only one toe on each foot? Yes, that's right. Every zebra is prancing around on a single toe on each foot. And finally, let's dive into the deep with octopuses. These 8-armed creatures have a rather touchy issue. They only touch in situations of mating or aggression. In fact, female octopuses are known to strangle and eat the male after mating. Talk about a deadly love affair. Next time you see a zebra, remember it's trotting on a single toe. History is full of surprises, and some of them are outright unbelievable. Let's delve into some of these unexpected historical facts. First, picture this. Ancient Roman surgeons, trained to completely block out the screams of human pain. A necessity perhaps in those brutal times, but a chilling thought nonetheless. And then there's William Hung, who shot to fame with his unique rendition of she-bangs on American Idol. But did you know he's a 73rd generation descendant of Confucius, the great Chinese philosopher? Talk about an illustrious lineage. Speaking of secrets, the Vatican once had music that was forbidden to be copied and only performed twice a year. It remained a secret for nearly 150 years until a 14-year-old Mozart heard it and transcribed it entirely from memory. A true genius indeed. In the early 19th century, Scotland harbored grand ambitions to replicate the Parthenon, and not just replicate, but make it bigger and cheaper. Unfortunately, those plans never came to fruition, earning the incomplete structure the nickname Scotland's disgrace. Did you know that John Quincy Adams, the 6th President of the United States, had a pet alligator? Yes, he kept it in one of the White House bathtubs and was quite fond of showing it off. Lastly, let's talk about the colossal real estate deal of the century, the purchase of Alaska from Russia in 1866. The United States sealed the deal by writing a check for a whopping $7.2 million. So remember, history isn't always as it seems. Sometimes it's even more fascinating. Pop culture is full of fascinating trivia. Let's delve into some of them. Now, can you guess who sent their first tweet at 8:27 in the evening on May 11th, 2009? It was none other than Justin Bieber, marking the start of a social media era for the pop sensation. Moving on. Did you know that the adorable fire-type Pokemon Vulpix was originally going to be called Foxfire? One can only wonder how that would have changed the dynamics of the Pokemon universe. Shifting the lens to the silver screen, the first ever documented feature film was made down under in Australia in 1906. It's incredible to see how far we've come in cinematic technology since then. Speaking of television, from 1937 to 1953, NBC's Today Show had a rather unique co-host, a chimpanzee named J. Fred Muggs. This simian superstar is estimated to have brought in around $100 million for the network. Now let's take a nostalgic trip to the video rental days. Out of the 9,000 Blockbuster stores that flourished in the early 90s, at least 10 still remain open across the US, with 7 of them braving the cold in Alaska. In another interesting tidbit, there's a geocache placed on the International Space Station in 2008. It has since been visited 4 times by other astronauts. And finally, Though most think it's Italian, pepperoni is actually an American invention. The first use of the word dates back to 1919, and that's a wrap on our pop culture trivia. Remember, there's always more to the story.